Hello students, welcome to Mam and Me Academy. I'm your mathematics educator Bipul Babu, and today let us start a brand new chapter, which is the chapter number 3 from your book Pair of Linear Equations in Two Variables. So far we have discussed two chapters from your book, and the playlist for that chapters are available in the I button here. Okay, now let us try to decode the meaning of the topic. What is it? Pair of linear equations in two variables. Now what is the meaning of pair? It is two, right? And what is the meaning of linear equations? To understand the meaning of linear equation, first of all you should know what is an equation. So let me tell you what is an equation. In the second chapter you studied about polynomials. What was it? Any algebraic expression in one or more variables in which the powers of the variables are non-negative integers, right? So if I put any polynomial, let me put any polynomial equals to some constant. It can be 0 as well, okay, equal to some constant. That means this polynomial will now be called as an equation. So what is the meaning of equation? Any polynomial equal to some constant. For example, I am writing x squared plus x plus 1. This is a polynomial, right? And the degree of this polynomial is 2. That means it is a quadratic polynomial. Now, if I put an equal to sign here and put it equal to some constant, be it be 2 or be it be 0, anything. Okay, now this is not a quadratic polynomial. This is a quadratic equation. So you are able to understand the rough idea of an equation. What is an equation? Any polynomial equals to some constant. Now if I take another polynomial x plus y, this is a linear polynomial because the degree is 1, right? So this is a linear polynomial. But if I put an equal to sign here and equate it to a number 3, now this is not a polynomial, this is a linear equation. So we have to deal with the linear equations in this chapter. That means, what is a linear equation? Now if I ask what is a linear equation, then you can say that linear polynomial, now here you will make a change, linear polynomial equals to some constant is known as linear equation. Okay, and the example will be x plus y equals to 3. Okay, or you can say x plus 5 equals to 2. Any example you can take. This is a linear equation. Now further it is written linear equation in two variables. That means you have to use two variables in the linear equation, which is this. Here you can see x as a variable and y as a variable. That means this is an example of linear equation in two variables. You can see there are two variables here, x and y, right? And what is this? This is also a linear equation, right? Because the degree is 1 only, no? So it's also a linear equation, but in one variable. Right? So we have to deal with this type of equations in which there are two variables. Now let us see the standard form of the linear equation in two variables. For that, let me just rub it. Now it's a very simple chapter but a lengthy one, okay? So study well, and if you have any doubt you can ask us. You know how to ask the doubts, right? So we are going to study now the standard form of linear equations in two variables. Okay, now what is the standard form? Standard form is ax plus by plus c, okay, equals to 0. This is your standard form of a linear equation in two variables, where a comma b comma c are some real numbers. Okay, these are some real numbers. A, B and C are not the variables, they are the constants. Okay, they are the real numbers. And there is one condition here, that A should not be equal to 0 and B should not be equal to 0. Okay, A should not be equal to 0 and B should not be equal to 0. Why they should not be equal to 0? Because if A is 0 here, that means this term will disappear or vanish, right? You will be left with by plus c equals to 0. Let me reiterate. If the value of A is 0, that means this term will disappear. You will be left with by plus c equal to 0. This is a linear equation, but not in two variables. Your chapter is linear equation in two variables. It is a linear equation, but in one variable. So A should not be equal to 0 and B should not be equal to 0. Okay. Now let us see what is the graph of a linear equation. How is the graph of a linear equation obtained and what is the nature of the graph of the linear equation? So the heading will be the graph of a linear equation in two variables. Okay, so let us take an example of a linear equation in two variables. I am taking the simplest one, x plus y equals to 2. This is a linear equation in two variables where x and y are the variables. Now we have to plot the graph for this linear equation. Since you are in 10th standard, I am assuming that you know how to plot a graph. Okay, so let us make a box. Here it is x and this is y. If I put the value of x as 0, if x is 0 here, then the value of y will be 2, right? And if I put the value of y as 0 here, then the value of x will be 2. So we have got 2 points. It is enough for drawing a graph. Okay, so let me draw it here. This graph is not meant to scale. Okay, it's a rough graph. So this is your origin, 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is your x-axis and this is your y-axis. 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. If you have any problem in plotting the graph, you can mail us or you can comment in the comment box. Then I will make a separate video for that. Now we have a point 0, 2. We have a point 0, 2. So let us plot this point here. This will be 0, 2 is this point, right? Let me use a different marker. Here, this is your point 0, 2, right? And we have another point 2, 0, which is this point 2, 0. Now join these 2 points. You will get a, okay, consider it like this. So you got a what? A curve? No, it's a straight line. Okay, it's a straight line. That means the graph of a linear equation is a straight line. Okay, so make a note in your notebook that the graph of a linear equation, the graph of a linear equation in two variables is a straight line. Okay, this is asked for 1 mark question. So do note that the graph of the linear equation is a straight line. Now let us see some examples. For the first example, you have to refer to the page number 38. There the situation is given and the remaining question is given in the example first. Now I'm reading it out for you. You can see on the screen. Akhila went to a fair in her village. She wanted to enjoy the rides on the giant wheel and play hoopla. A game in which you throw a ring on the items kept in a stall, and if the ring covers any object completely, you get it. The number of times she played hoopla is half the number of the rides she had on the giant wheel. If each ride cost rupees 3 and a game of hoopla cost rupees 4, how would you find the number of rides she had and how many times she played hoopla, provided she spent rupees 20? Now this is the situation given in the book, and in the example first it is said that Akhila goes to a fair with rupees 20 and wants to have rides on the giant wheel and play hoopla. Represent this situation algebraically and graphically, and in the brackets it is written geometrically. Now, first of all, let me tell you the meaning of this question. There's one girl, okay, Akhila, and she goes to a village. In the village there is a fair and she wants to enjoy the fair by riding on the giant wheel. You know the giant wheel, no? Like something like this. Okay, here there are some seats. Okay, so this is something like a giant wheel. Okay, don't go for the drawing. And then there is another game of hoopla. What is the game of hoopla? You know that on a table certain toys or some objects are kept, and you will be given a ring, and you have to throw that ring on that object. If it falls on that object completely, that means that object belongs to you, otherwise you fail. Now she wants to ride on the giant wheel and she wants to play hoopla. They have given a situation that the number of times she played hoopla is half the number of rides she had on the giant wheel. If, for example, she had 10 rides on the giant wheel, for example, she had 10 rides on the giant wheel, then she will have half the number of the rides. That means 5. 5 times she will play hoopla. Did you understand that? What is that? I'm reading it out for you. The sentence is, the number of times she played hoopla is half the number of rides she had on the giant wheel. If she rides for 20 times on a giant wheel, then she will play 10 times for the hoopla. Okay, so this situation is given for one equation and the cost is given. Each ride costs rupees 3. That means the giant wheel cost rupees 3 per ride. Okay, and the hoopla costs rupees 4. And in all she has 20 rupees. This much information is given in the question. Now let us frame some linear equations in two variables. I am not rubbing this part so that you can refer to this portion. Now let us assume that you know that you need two variables, right? So let us assume, let number of times she rides on the, or Akhila rides on the giant wheel be X. Okay, let us represent the number of times she rode on that giant wheel be X. Now let number of time she played hoopla be Y. Don't you worry, I'll reiterate the problem for you once again. Okay, now what did I write? X represents the number of rides taken on the giant wheel and Y represents the number of times she played hoopla. Okay, now in the question it is given that the number of times she played hoopla, now write according to that only. Number of times she played hoopla. How many times she played hoopla? According to us, it is Y. Number of times she played hoopla is equals to half the number of rides she took on the giant wheel. Half the number of the rides she took on the giant wheel. So this will be your first equation. First of all, let us simplify it and get a simpler version of this linear equation. Let me just multiply 2 to the y. Okay, so it will be 2y equals to x. I have transposed 2. So it's dividing here. It will go and then multiply by y. Now there's some, you can say it's by default we put the x as positive. Okay, we keep the x as positive. So let us take 2y to the right hand side. You will get x minus 2y equals to 0. This is your first equation. This is your first equation. I hope you have understood this. Now there it was written that per ride it is 3 rupees. That means the cost of one ride on the giant wheel is 3 rupees. And the cost of playing hoopla one time is 4 rupees. So let us find out the value of that. You know that she has rode x times on the giant wheel. That means she have to pay 3x for the giant wheel, right? Did you get that? Let me reiterate. This is rupees 3 for one ride. How many rides did she do? She rode x times, right? She rode x times. The cost will be 3x. Then she played hoopla y times. If you play hoopla one time, you will have to pay 4 rupees. If you play hoopla for y times, you will have to pay 4y. As simple as that, right? And this is equal to what? 20 rupees. In all, it took 20 rupees. Now these are the two linear equations in two variables. This is known as representing the situation algebraically. Okay, in the question it was asked to represent the situation algebraically and geometrically. So this is known as, what is this? This is the representation of the situation in the algebraic format. Now let us plot the graph for it. I am plotting a rough graph, then I will show you the fair graph for it on the screen. Okay, so let me just rub it for you and then let us find out the points to plot. I am taking the help of the book because they have already found out the points, right? For the equation x minus 2y equals to 0, let us find out the points. Now, let us put the value of x as 0, then you will get the value of y as 0 only. And then let us try to put the value of y as 1. Okay, value of y as 1. You will get the value of x as 2. It is not necessary that you have to plot the points according to the book. You can take another point also. For example, if I take the value of x as 1, if I take the value of x as 1, you will get minus, let me solve it here for you. If I am taking the value of x as 1, this will be 1 minus 2y equals to 0, right? And then this 2y will be transposed there. You will get 1 equals to 2y or y equals to 1 upon 2. That means 0.5. So it is not compulsory that you have to take only those values which are mentioned in the book. Okay, it is up to you. Now let us draw or let us find out the points for the second equation as well. The second equation is 3x plus 4y equals to 20. This is your second equation. Now let us find out the points here. X upon y. Let us put the value of x as 0 here. If you put the value of x as 0 here, you will get the value of y as 5, right? And if you put the value of y as 0, you will get the value of x as 20 upon 3. Now what is the value of 20 upon 3? You know that, right? What is that? 20 upon 3. 3 6 are 18 and 2.06. This will repeat. So it is not possible for us to locate 20 upon 3 because it's non-terminating, right? So let us select another point for this, and in the book it is 4. they have used the value of x as 4. Now what will be the value of y according to this? 3 into 4, okay, 3 into 4 plus 4y equals to 20. 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 4y equals to 20. 4y equals to 8 and y equals to 2. So the value is 2. The value of y is 2. I hope you have understood this much. Now let us draw a rough graph for this information which we have. Okay, I'm drawing it here. I'm repeating again that this graph is not to scale because I'm drawing it roughly. After this, I'll show you the fair graph which is given in your book. This is your origin 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you need 5 points. 4 and 5. This is your y-axis, this is your y dash, x dash, x. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. That much is okay. Now let us plot the point. For the first equation, 0, 0. That means it is this point. Let me use a different marker for this. It's 0, 0. Then the second point is 2, 1. 2 on the x-axis and 1 on the y-axis. So 2 points are enough to plot a graph. Okay, let us join this. So this is a straight line. After drawing the graph of a linear equation, write the equation on the space here or here. Okay, mention that this is the graph of this particular equation. Now let us plot the graph for this equation 0, 5. It will be this point 0, 5, right? And we cannot plot this point, so I am plotting this point 2, 4. 4, 2. 4, 2. 4, 2. This will be this point, right? 4, this is 4 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. So let us join the points. This will be a straight line and mention the name of the equation here. 3x plus 4y equals to 20. Okay, now this is the representation of the situation geometrically. Now you have seen that these two lines intersect at a point. What is that point? It is 4, 2. Okay, these 2 points intersect at 4, 2. Because it's a rough graph, so you are not able to see what is this 4, 2. It is not 4, 2 according to the rough graph. I'll show you on the fair graph. Let us see the fair graph here. Now, in the graph, you can see that the line x minus 2y equals to 0 passes through 0, 0 and 2, 1, right? You can see the points A and B. And the line for the equation 3x plus 4y equals to 20 passes through 0, 5 and 4, 2. You can see from the graph that these two lines intersect at Q according to the graph. That is 4, 2. Okay, so here we are dealing with the geometrical or the graphical representation and the algebraical representation of the situation. We are not concerned with the answer of the situation. Okay. That is all for today. I'll see you in the next video with the remaining examples, example 2 and example 3. Until then, you can enjoy this video, and if you have any doubt, you can ask us at mamandme815@gmail.com, or you can call on this number. Till then, be happy, be safe and study with Mam and Me Academy.